Quick thing before we start. There'll be mad spoilers for Spider-Man PS4 in this episode. I've been meaning to put this at the start, or the other ones as well, but I forgot. So, yeah, I mentioned this in the podcast as well, but just as a heads up, so you don't start whining and complaining and crying. You get the idea. Enjoy the episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Waste of Games podcast. I'm Craig, and I'm joined with Keith and Declan. How are you both doing?
I'm okay. How you guys doing?
I'm okay, I guess. Not too bad. How are you doing, Craig?
I'm good. I'm under a bed sheet at the minute. I'm quite hot. But other than that, yeah, I'm doing okay.
Do what you gotta do, innit?
Sure. So what have you been playing this week?
Not much. I've been playing what was I been playing? Cuphead on stream. Yeah. I don't have much to say on that game. It's fun. It looks amazing. Music's great, but it was pissing me off something fierce. Oh man. Like I'm gonna finish it, but I don't know.
Why is it hard?
It's pretty hard. I don't know. It feels kind of like, I don't want to say it's cheating, but it's cheating. I just decided right now I'm not going back.
You're not going back?
I'm not playing that game anymore.
Mad.
Ruined my day. What you guys been playing?
To be honest, man, I haven't really been playing much. I was kind of busy for the past week editing the podcast. And then when I actually had time to do stuff, I could not be bothered. So most of the time I just spent watching Avatar. And then towards the back end of this week, like, I've been playing a bit of CSGO, to be honest. I went back, played a bit of that. And I remembered why I stopped playing. I was getting my ass kicked. So that's all I've been doing.
I've not been playing anything. FIFA, that's it. Disgustingly enough.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Hey, bro, speaking of you've downloaded Black Flag.
Again, more controversial
All
opinions.
hot takes. Huh?
Nah, it's not. Listen.
Yeah, I'm planning to do a playthrough of it on my stream, because I stopped playing realistically after Revelations. So I didn't play 3, Black Flag, Unity. What was the ones in between? Did Syndicate come out before Origins?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So I didn't play those ones. And then I played Origins. Origins was really good. I like that game a lot. Odyssey, I was really liking, but then it's just so big, so pointlessly big, that it just tired me out. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to play that. But yeah, I've been meaning to replay the other ones. So I'm going to start with Black Flag, play Unity. Syndicate looks really good, to be honest.
I'm like one of those Assassin's Creed fans that kind of jumps in and out. Like I played the first one when it dropped, the second one when it came free on gold. Then I missed Revelations Brotherhood. I played 3 at some point during that period. Played a bit of 4. Then it made me upgrade my ship and I couldn't be bothered. Like to get through the story, it made me upgrade my ship and I was like, I can't be bothered to play this. Played a bit of 5 because my brother had it. And man, I really enjoyed it. I never got to finish it, but that was fun. And then I haven't played any since.
I played the original Ezio trilogy and then Revelations, and then I played 3, which is good. I really like that. And then I played a bit of Black Flag. I didn't like it because I want to be an assassin, not a stupid pirate. I played Unity. I really like that. It's just ahead of the game. Could have been a PS5 game, that one.
Yeah, it should have been.
Riddled with glitches and everything wrong with it, but it's still great. Like one of the best ones. It's just it's got a bad rep at the beginning. I really liked Origins as well, actually. And then, like Keith said, started Odyssey, and then wow, very big. And then I'd not played Syndicate. Apparently, that's really good. I might check that out.
I love that game just for the map itself.
Syndicate.
Like the whole Victorian London, was it? Man, it was astonishing. The one thing I like about the Assassin's Creed games is how they take like real life historical people and bring them into the games. It was always so interesting for me. That's why I remember in that game, like you meet Charles Darwin at one point, and I was like, damn, it was just so much fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, what was the other ones? I think it was in like the Ezio, and it was it Da Vinci?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Da Vinci and those ones, and then Origins it was Cleopatra and somebody else. I can't remember who the other person was. Yeah,
You met Socrates.
Socrates.
Yeah, quite a few.
Is that in Origins or Odyssey?
I think that was Origins actually.
Okay.
I think Odyssey. I don't know. I didn't play it much enough.
Yeah, I didn't get far enough to meet anyone.
Anyone played Valhalla?
Oh God, no.
To be honest, man, like I said, I haven't played it since they like soft rebooted it.
Yeah.
I haven't played it since then.
Yeah,
I saw Origins. I was kind of interested for a period, but I just didn't believe it was gonna be any good. I'd seen their most recent release. I was like, I'm kind of over it.
Try it, it's really good.
And then I saw there was like a Final Fantasy update with like a massive sword or something.
Like chocobos and stuff. I was
Yeah,
like,
my friend told me about that. They're like, oh yeah, it's Assassin's Creed, it's massive sword. I was like, no. I was like, they took it too far.
Right. The main point of this episode, that's Spider-Man.
Before we go any further, full spoilers. Full spoilers for anything. I've been like, I know for the last couple episodes we didn't do that. I know these games are kind of old as well, but yeah, it's still nice to. So you're gonna anything we speak about from this point is just gonna be riddled with spoilers.
Yeah, I think I'll speak for the whole team here when we'd like to apologize for the Cyberpunk spoilers, the Last of Us spoilers. Hope you
Ghost.
played it before you listened.
No, we're not apologising. You should have played it. They've been out ages.
Damn, okay. All right.
No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
me and Keith will apologize.
I'm not
Craig
sorry.
has his own set of opinions, as you've seen.
Okay. Keith, do you want to start us off?
No.
Okay. I guess I'll start us off. Spider-Man. What a great game. That's all there is to say. It's great. I didn't when it first got announced, I wasn't really nervous. I didn't really know Insomniac. Like I knew they did Ratchet and Clank, which I'd never played. So I didn't really have any expectations. And the closer it got, I just got more hyped. And then I played it, and it just lived up to everything I'd set my sights on when it come on. It's great.
I like the whole thing they did with like the customization. Just the fact that you can change up your suits and everything. That immediately won me over. I was like, oh, so I can completely customize my own Spider-Man. And when they finally added like the Raimi trilogy suit, I was gassed. I was so excited. I went back and replayed it immediately with that suit.
They were bullied into doing that. Sorry for Insomniac.
And I'm glad. If it wasn't for the gaming community just bullying these companies into getting what they want, we wouldn't have half the cool shit we have.
No.
They said they were gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how much of that I believe, to be honest.
Insomniac don't deserve it, okay? Other companies, fair enough. Go shit an EA, okay? But leave Insomniac alone.
Yeah, I just think, just from the off, like, the story was everything you want from Spider-Man, right?
Are we all in agreement that's, if not the best Spider-Man, second best?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
It's my favorite for sure.
Yeah, it's my favourite. It's just a little bit ahead of Spider-Verse, but that's just because I can actually play Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was just going to say, in terms of the story, I was so impressed because it was a relatively simple story.
I replayed it as well, like just to see the new face as well, because a lot of people didn't like that. And you two, do you mind the new face?
It grew on me. I don't think they needed to change him, but what do I know? I'm not a dev.
I'm stuck on the PS4 version, so I did not get to see his face, which I'm very thankful for. I love the old face. I don't see why they had to change it. I'm not mad about it. I'm just disappointed. I'm saddened by it.
Yeah, I don't mind. They said they needed to, so I mean, if they need to, then they need to. But it felt out of place at first because obviously we're used to that face. But the more I played the story, the more it grew on me. His perfect face.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like about his face.
Just looks so young, doesn't he?
He sticks out like a sore thumb, like amidst everything. Like you said, he's 8 years into his role as Spider-Man, and like the previous guy, John Bubniak, like he had bags under his eyes, his hair was a mess at all times. He just looked tired, like he'd been fighting supervillains for 8 years.
I thought he just looked perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like in a sense of like for the role.
Yeah.
Whereas
and
this new guy looks closer to Miles' age, right?
yeah, and he
Yeah.
just looks so out of place, smiling all the time, perfect hair, perfect everything. I'm just like, it's just a bit weird. Just a bit.
He looks a bit like Grant Gustin. Like I watched The Flash this morning because of the new season, and he looked a bit like Grant Gustin, which is weird. And I don't know if you've ever seen a photo of him. I'll show you after. But yeah, they look very similar.
But yeah, speaking of the actors, and those performances were amazing. I was completely moved by it the whole way.
I like their rendition of Doc Ock.
Mm.
I thought that was great. Because being a massive fan of Spider-Man 2, like, I didn't know how they would top it, but, bruh, a gut-wrenching moment at the end where he's like, he knew the whole time.
So of course I knew. Yeah, that bit, replaying it, it still hits the second time round, which I think it just proves how well the actors did, but also like the writers and the director, just everyone in that game just came together and made such an amazing project. Like just that last section, that whole final boss fight was not only so well done, like I enjoyed that whole thing. I think the boss fights did get a tad repetitive, but I found it really enjoyable. It wasn't really something I've heard people complain about it a little bit. I didn't really mind it. I thought it was okay. But that last section itself, just on a story point of view, man, I think that just summed up Spider-Man for me. That's what made it so good. It was like, this is what I want from the movies. Like the movies are so like Disney in my eyes. There's never any consequences to his actions and everything.
Well, that's one of the things you could tell about the game. Like, they said it themselves that they were massive Spider-Man fans. But like, what they said about the boss fights, I think the boss fights were probably the weakest part of the game. Like, I enjoyed the last one a lot. I replayed it recently. But like, yeah, all of them just felt kind of underwhelming. Up until the last one. Like, there's the Rhino and Scorpion one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. It's a little difficult towards the end, but it just gets a tad repetitive.
No, I mean, I thought it was just kind of...
Yeah.
It was kind of... I don't know what it is about most of those boss fights. They just seem kind of... Yeah, they were fun as spectacles, but like, for example, Mr. Negative's one.
Just quick time events.
Quick time events, yeah.
Yeah.
You train, you jump, you duck, and then you boot him, and that's about it. And then you fight again eventually. But even then, it was just kind of like... Yeah.
I think they did it for the cinematic aspect of it, but from like a gaming point of view, it does get a tad repetitive, a little tedious at some points.
I was hoping like that's one of the things they'll improve going forward. And I played Miles Morales, and I think they did. To be fair, can't really say too much without spoiling that one.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. If I'd have played it, we could talk about it, but maybe it's for the best because I don't know if a lot of people have played it. Because I think a lot of people are like me, waiting for it to get a PS5 to play it on there.
I think my favorite boss fight was the Vulture and Electro.
That was a good one, yeah.
There's kind of a repeat in that in Miles Morales, I think.
Really?
Yeah, just no Electro. That's all I'll say.
Oh yeah. I remember.
I don't know. I don't really think I have a favorite boss fight because they were all just kind of...
Exactly. They were just kind of...
Yeah.
They weren't bad.
That was the thing, yeah. That was what I was about to say. Like, it's not like I've found they were bad, and while I was playing, I didn't really have a problem. But it's like, looking back, you're like, there isn't much takeaway from there.
If I had to nitpick the worst aspects of the game, yeah, that's it. Everything's so well done that the boss fights just kind of stick out for being a little on the...
That's the problem.
Side.
We love the game so much. Is the only thing we can really talk about is the bad parts, because the good, you just get so overwhelmed. You're like, oh my god, the story, the swinging. Actually, to be fair, the one thing I found about the swinging that was really annoying, and I'm torn because I understand why they did it, but it's like, do you know when you swing and you're trying to go as low as you can, and then you just hit that barrier, and you can see where he like scrapes along that invisible wall? That became very stressful for me. Like, it was just so immersion breaking. When you try and get a real low swing, and to stop you from hitting the ground and ruining your swing, you'd hit that invisible wall, and you'd see it where he just plateaus and kind of scrapes across.
I think I know what you.
Yeah, that became it was a little immersion breaking for me.
It makes me think of Yeah, I do know what you mean. It makes me think of like in Spider-Verse where he's swinging, and when he gets real low, he starts running on the thingy.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Yeah.
I was really hoping they did that in Miles Morales.
Like a little animation for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping they do.
Because they said they didn't want you like hitting the ground and stuff to stop your momentum.
Yeah.
They did it on purpose, but it just, for me, I don't think it'll. If you mess up a swing, I feel like that should be a thing. Like, oh, I've messed it up. You know what I mean? Just add a few animations for you eating shit, essentially. Just you smacking into the back of a bus or tripping up or something. Or like you said, it'd be dope if you could run across things, like across the top of a truck or the ground. Or also, it's a video game. I mean, how many times do you die in that video game? It doesn't mean he dies. Just restart, pretend it didn't happen. That's a great thing about video games. You just pretend it didn't happen.
Again, nitpicking because there's so many animations in that game. That's crazy.
I don't know, like playing Miles Morales, like the web swinging on that, like the animations, they were just a lot better.
Oh, way.
They were just so much, like I enjoyed web swinging on that loads more than I did the normal Spider-Man. Just because it's so much fun and it looks fucking cool. And then going back and playing that as Spider-Man, I mean, it's efficient, isn't it? But it's just boring.
I didn't want to say it at the time, but I was like, damn, they really made Peter Parker look real sourceless in comparison.
Hey, bro, he ain't got that exaggerated swagger.
Yeah, going backwards from Miles Morales, I was like, they really gave this boy everything they could.
That was the thing, is when we brought your PS5 downstairs, didn't we? And we played it on the big TV. So I got to have a little go of it. I'm not completely fresh to it. And the swinging was something else. I'll give you that. Not only that, but on the DualSense controllers, they really, really went to town on that. Yeah, just the little moves he does, like the little quirks that he has while he's swinging, just the movements. Like, you could tell he's not completely in control as well, which I like. Like, how they added character and a little bit of story and to just the swinging alone.
Like, he knows what he's doing, but like he's still fresh and you can see it. Like, he's kind of excited. And like everything he does kind of just spraying around, flipping, twisting around. Even goes woohoo every now and then, which is great.
That's the thing. You could tell he's having a lot of fun with it. He's still new, fresh, having a lot of fun with the swinging. Peter's been doing this for time, and it's just traversal for him from point A to point B.
Efficient, like Craig said.
With a little bit of swaz in between. Only a little bit.
I remember how excited I was when I first saw it at E3. I think it was like my second most anticipated game of all time, only behind Cyberpunk at the time. But like, I was so excited. Followed every step for like those, what was it, 2 years? 16, 17, yeah. For those 2 years that they announced it, I was just following everything, biting at anything, watching YouTube videos, and it hurt. It was painful. It was a painful wait. It was only 2 years.
I was looking forward to it that entire time. And then as it turns out, I went on holiday, so I missed like the first 2 days of release. And those entire 2 days, I was just sat there itching to get back home to play. Because all my friends would message me like, oh, bro, it's sick. It's so sick. I think the only games I've been more excited for than Spider-Man was Red Dead Redemption 2 and probably Cyberpunk. That was it. But like, I was so excited for that game. And like, I had like a sneaky suspicion. You know when you're so excited for something? Like, I kind of don't want to play it now. I'm getting nervous. What if it's not it? The moment I booted up, that all went away. I was like, oh my god, this is perfect.
I booked a week off to play it.
Yeah, me too.
Like a massive nerd. And I finished it in 2 days. Platinum and everything. I was like, now what do I do? I love this. Now what do I do though? But I've done everything there is to possibly do. So I just did it again.
That was the thing, replaying it, I kind of forgot how much there was to do as well. There is a lot to do. And even though you can finish it pretty quickly if you grind it, it's not like there's a lack of content. You do have a lot to do. And that's why I found like you have the backpacks, the cool little lore items that are around with their own little story. The landmarks you can take photos of. And then you have, Jesus, how many hidden bases and stuff to take out. There's a lot of those.
The open world aspect, yeah.
There's also the DLC as well.
Yeah, I did the first one.
Yeah.
What was it? The Black Cat one. I can't remember what it's called.
Is that the city that never sleeps?
That's it.
That's the whole thing.
That's just what the whole thing's called.
Yeah, but I can't remember what the first section was. Either way, the one with Black Cat. I did the Black Cat one, but the other ones hadn't come out at the time, so I haven't finished those ones yet.
What, you still ain't done them?
No.
What?
They all came out, but then I'd moved on. I'm not gonna lie. Things
I went
had
back
come out. I was
immediately.
like, I'll
That's
come
mad.
back to it. I was gonna re-download it the other day, actually, just to do those DLCs.
Yeah, man, there's some a lot of consequences that lead on to the second game, I think, in that.
True. I also
So-
know there's like you're basically training Miles. I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he rings you every now and then. I
Mm.
know that much, but still haven't finished them.
Yeah, it's more just like little like phone calls and stuff. I played it when they first dropped, completed it, so I don't really remember loads. But I think they're just basically like phone calls, aren't they? Little conversations you can have.
Yeah,
Which were
advice and
good.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, they do some stuff with, obviously, your partner, what's she called? The police officer.
Yuri.
Yes.
Mm.
What's her name?
They do some really good stuff with her character, so that'll be good for the second game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we expecting from the second game? Now that we're here, Miles Morales has a little glimpse of stuff. Again, can't say, but like just besides that, what are you guys expecting?
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna play as Mars as well?
I think they have to at this point.
Yeah, sure. It's gonna be a challenge, I think.
How do you think they're gonna work it though? Do you think you'll have like a Assassin's Creed Syndicate? Speaking of that from earlier, like style switch.
I think so. Yeah, like that GTA 5 kind of thing.
Would
Maybe
you
not.
s- yeah.
Like one for one, but yeah, something along those lines. People are like, I remember seeing like some speculation of like 3 playable characters.
3.
Yeah,
Why? Who would be the third?
because you mentioned Yuri, and like her character in the comics, she becomes like a villain or something like that. Yeah, I can't actually remember. I'm not too deep in the comic knowledge, but yeah, people were like speculating that she might be a playable character
Oh damn!
or something like that, which would be interesting. I doubt
Maybe.
it.
When do you guys think we're gonna hear something?
End of this year.
Yeah, like before September.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think
They're
they could
doing
show up
E3,
at
aren't
E3?
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like a little teaser or something. I don't think it's coming out for 2021 right
Yeah, we're
now?
in one, bro.
Completely forgot.
I know. The last podcast when I was editing it, I was going through, and I realized I was talking. Oh yeah, what game were we talking about? I don't even remember, but I remember. Oh, it's not going to be out for another few years anyway. Like not till like 2022. Completely forgot that's next year.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming out till 2023, I think.
Mm. Yeah, and you have to remember there's a lot of delays because of the whole coronavirus thing. So
Exactly.
things we would have seen earlier now got a big wait,
Mm-hmm.
which means all those Elder Scrolls fans are sitting at home crying in their pillows.
Yeah, when do you guys think? Predictions right now. Craig?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I don't think we'll have 3 playable characters. I think we'll have Spider-Man, and then Miles Morales, which is also Spider-Man. Don't know why I separated them. Yeah, I think we'll get Venom as well, or 2 will be like a lead up to it. I'm not sure because obviously we know Harry Osborn is in his little tube or container or whatever it is.
Again, what a teaser that was. What a build up that was.
Yeah. And then obviously we'll get more MJ Peters stuff, which is cool. And then we're gonna get some Mars stuff as well. I hope they carry on, building his character and his relationships because it was great. So I think it's gonna be a tough balancing act, but I have faith in Insomniac. I think they're gonna do it, and I think it's gonna be another great game.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be a lot longer. To be honest, part of me wants to say we'll see it at the end of next year.
I want to believe, but
Like, part of me feels that way, but I mean, for all we know, it depends what kind of scope they're going for. You know what I mean? In terms of whether they're just going to go for like a 15, 20-hour story or they're going to go 30, 40, doubt they'll go much larger than 30, 40. And it depends how much, if they just want to keep the map Manhattan, we spoke a little bit about that last week. They could expand on into, like you said, Queens with a moped. with plenty of other stuff, but
They teased they teased Goblin as well in the last one.
Yeah.
So there's that. Like, it just depends how big they want to go, because like he's got a massive list of enemies.
that's the thing. They have with the not only the first game, but obviously like the comics with the actual original material.
Mm-hmm.
But like just in their game alone, they've built such strong foundations.
Yeah.
They could go in any direction. That's the thing, is like us sitting here trying to guess it. We can guess as much as we want all day, and probably one or two of those predictions might be right. The thing is, like, we don't know, because they've just got so many different avenues to go down right now.
I'm interested to see how they or if they'll like even include any other superheroes, because there's like all references all over the place to freaking
There was a talk on the Avengers on the West Coast, yeah.
There's the Avengers. There's like Black Panther, Daredevil, freaking Doctor Strange, loads, and I'm just curious if they're gonna try and touch on that at all.
Well, Spider-Man's coming to Avengers, isn't he?
True, but there's separate thingies, so I don't know.
Oh, is it? Is it not the same?
It's not the same universe.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but they clarified that after Avengers flopped.
Yeah, exactly.
They saw the flop and
Well,
went,
we want nothing to do with that.
Like you said, there was the bar for Daredevil, right? And then Doctor Strange's more for
Sanctum.
Sanctorium. Yeah.
I know I say it like that.
I think it's I think it's there's so many avenues that are available to them, whether you bring in these characters or it's just something simply as like an Easter egg.
There was what's his name? Morbius as well, I think. That was the Devil's Breath Doctor. Yeah, I didn't realize until after.
Not gonna lie to you, bro. Didn't even realize that till you said that now. Everyone's like, "Oh, big fan you are." You're gonna get flamed in the comments.
This is all stuff I missed the first time, and I was like, "Oh, didn't even know that was a guy."
That's the thing. I think real big Spider-Man stans, the ones that are like into the comics and stuff, they got a lot more than we did, bro.
Exactly.
We're just like, I feel like, at least me personally, I'll speak from my personal life, I'm just a big like movie fan from it, like the Raimi trilogy, and then playing those movie tie-in games all the time. As a kid, that's all I did. Spider-Man 1 and 2, even 3. Did you play much of Spider-Man 3 on the PS2?
No, I didn't.
Really? I did. I loved it.
So much fun, right? Remember when you got that whole period where you could get the black suit, and then he was just so much stronger. Like I remember, I used to do this thing where I used to jump up and smash into the ground and just break the ground. It was so much fun.
Do you think they'll kill Peter?
Oh, you said this before, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You know when you're Miles' dad, when he's getting his medal, and the demons attack, and the explosion goes off, and Peter's on the floor, and he's knocked out, and you have to play as Miles.
Yeah.
In that moment there, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I thought he died. I was like, oh my god, this is such a fucking big dick move, such a dick move to come in and just kill him and say, no, we're moving on. And then you come back and obviously he's fine. We'll see. But I think more than likely, if they're going to kill him at some point, it'll probably be in this one coming up. Because then it's like passing the torch of the series on to Miles, you know what I mean?
Or he becomes a bad guy with Venom.
Man, you're just villainous.
I'm just trying to think outside the box. Like, what could they do that'd be different? Because obviously in the comics, after he leaves, like he has his company or he becomes a teacher, there's two separate versions of that. So they could go with that. But I just think they're going to try something different, spice it up a bit. It might be nice.
Listen, bro, that kind of thinking is why we shove you in that tent over there. Right?
In the naughty
evil
corner.
Thinking.
Man, yeah, you can't see it, but he's in a little...
Yeah, there'll be a photo on the Patreon.
What do we call this thing? A hut?
It's like an A-frame kind of... It's like a lean-to kind of shelter.
Yeah.
It made with a clothes rail with
the duvet.
With a duvet on top.
And a blanket for my bottom.
And a blanket for his bottom.
Comfort.
It's not comfortable.
Wow.
My bum still
We
hurts.
put so much work into that.
I know, right?
No, I appreciate the work, absolutely, because every time we move it, he breaks his clothes rail a little bit more.
And breaks the rail too,
But
which he needs.
All right, this is the last time, because I'll have a mic next week. Woo.
But yeah, if you guys really want to see this lean-to shelter, this amazing setup we've got, we do have a Patreon. You can check that out. It'll be somewhere linked in our Instagrams.
Yeah. Oh, should we talk about PSVR quickly? Well, they've just
Mhm.
announced a new one, haven't they? Like with 6 new games. Obviously, at the time they'd only shown 2, which was Doom 3 and that zombie one.
To be honest, as we're doing this now, they said on their Twitter they're releasing a bunch of stuff today.
Yeah.
They're doing like a little showcase on their Twitter. So if you guys haven't seen that, I'd probably check that out. I used to have one. There was a few games I played. I played Moss, which is, you know, that little mouse.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It was, I feel like people should get it just to play that game. It was only a trial I had, but it was just so cute to see this little mouse running around, and it's literally right in front of you. It is pretty amazing. I played a bit of like this car game as well. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was Project Cars or something. I don't know.
I
It was
played
like
that one.
one of those demo things you get.
I played Squadrons on it, VR.
Oh, the A Squadrons.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, that looked.
I'm wondering if they'll bring at any point Half-Life Alyx to PSVR, because that'll be great. I want to play that game. I just don't want to get a PC or an Oculus or both.
That's the thing. We're speaking about it and like how PSVR is not really like readily available for people like us. Poor people, we mean.
VR in general, yeah.
But like,
Speak for
just
yourself.
like entry level, the entry level, like the PSVRs, I'm not saying they're bad, like they're good for what they are, but like, it's the same with everything. You pay what you get for.
Yeah, just imagine like a full-length VR Star Wars game there.
Dude, like,
Ooh.
Like Star Wars The Force Unleashed, except in VR.
actually, you know what's funny is, shout out to Tom Bennett. He had a PSVR before I had one, and he invited us all over to play, and we played like this random like deep water game where you go down in this cage and you can just look around. And what he didn't tell us before playing is that it was supposed to be like a horror kind of like jump scare game. And he's like, bro, this is one of these tester games. Just have a go. And man, this shark comes out and starts attacking the cage. It was terrifying. There's a pretty funny video on it. But after that, he let us go on Star Wars Battlefront, the first one. And there's like I think you've probably seen it. It's like an X-Wing mission where you fly around in this X-Wing. And man, like you literally sat there in the cockpit looking at all the different knobs and switches, and you can literally activate them there and then. You can just look at it, pick it, switch this on, and they all do different things. And playing it, man, I think you guys would really enjoy it. It was a lot of fun.
Okay. We're gonna finish there, I think, after our VR talk. Next week, what do we mention? Oh, worst games ever made. Maybe we'll do that with some other stuff. We're not sure yet. But yeah, all our socials are below on our Twitter and Instagram. Also, Keith's Twitch.
Twitch.tv/Matombo.
There you go. But yeah, this has been Waste of Games. I've been Craig with Keith and Declan. Thank you all ever so much, and have a lovely evening.
Bye.
Thank you very much.